Well, hello all. We are now winding down to week 4 in motivation. And how important is motivation when it comes to authentic leadership? It's extremely important. And why it's extremely important is because motivation starts from within. If you don't want to be motivated, you're not going to be motivated. So let's put it in simpler terms. What are some of the things that motivate us? Well, obviously, they're things that we know we're going to benefit from, and that things that make us feel good from doing them. Frederick Hertzberg had a two-factor theory, which we studied about, and that two-factor theory is better known as two types of factors: hygiene factors, which were dissatisfiers, and motivational factors, which were satisfiers. Well, obviously, hygiene factors are, let's give an example. Hygiene factors might be things like paperwork that you really need to do and you don't like to do it, but they're necessary. Hygiene factors might be, I got to get in traffic every day to go to work. I can't get to work to do what I like to do unless I do what? Get in the car and drive there. So sometimes, to put it in perspective, we need to get by the hygiene factors or the dissatisfiers in order to get to the satisfiers. And when you think about it, that's what leaders essentially have to do. They have to be able to, some of the comments I made on your papers, they have to be able to get out of their own way. In other words, they can't always look at their own agendas. And just to get through that agenda, to satisfy what they need to do, because other people are looking to them for leadership. And sometimes we have to get away from our own agendas in order to be able to focus on purpose. What is the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish? What are the hygiene factors of looking at others succeed? If you have more hygiene factors than you do motivational factors by helping others succeed and you call yourself a leader, you got to rethink that equation. Why am I saying that? Because people that lead have to have the ability to motivate others by losing their identity as leaders into the group identity. In other words, you take away from the individual, and it isn't an us-them game, us here and them there, down here. So the thing is that you've got to be able to show your employees that just as much as you lead them, you're a part of them. It's like an orchestra. Everybody knows how to play their instruments perfectly. But the leader, if you will, is the conductor. Can the conductor play every single instrument as well as those that are mastering in that instrument? No. But they're able to go in there and play that instrument if they have to. The job as a leader is to make the orchestra come together, to make the most beautiful sounds when they come together, not when they work independently. If you want to motivate a team, you have to make that team feel that you're riding on the same ship as they are. You have to make them feel like you're being successful because of them. It isn't the other way around. You've got to make yourself a servant of the cause. Your goals, your aspirations, your identity, who you are and how you relate to who you are is somehow ingrained in the team's identity. And knowing that, team members knowing that they have that support from you will allow them to be successful. where you leave a legacy behind. This is what motivation is about. It's not about just being in the moment and getting that rah rah for one completed successful venture. It's knowing that every venture is going to be a learning experience from the leader to the subordinates, where eventually the subordinates next become the leaders, and then the legacy continues. This is what true motivation is about. This is what you should be focused on. And I think, you really have to go back and reflect this week about, what motivates people. Douglas McGregor, famous theorist with theory X and theory Y. You can buy into that or not. You could say, yeah, there are those that need to be prompted every minute on what to do next. Still do it, but they'll do it only because someone tells them to do it, not because they really want to do it on their own. As far as the theory Y people, they don't need to be prompted. They are self-motivated. They will do things because they feel good about what they're doing and they want to do it better. What is the intrinsic reward for this? What is the incentive for this? If it's only money, well, as you know, money is on the bottom of Maslow's pyramid, right? Physiological needs, food, clothing, and shelter. So do we want more out of this? If we choose to lead, then we have to take motivation very seriously. We have to get up every day and say, it isn't because of me that I make a difference. It's because others make the difference in me to help them be who they are and do it best. Looking forward to the next module.